It's the SMX Insider Post Race Show, brought to you by Bass Pro Shops from high atop Thunder Valley in Lakewood, Colorado, about a half hour from Denver. A lot to unpack in the racing today. Going into this championship, he's James Stewart. I'm Jason Wygant, by the way. We had so many questions going to the opener 2 weeks ago in California, but somehow today we ended up having more questions. We had some visitors from Europe. They were going to factor in. We had Hayden Deegan leveling up, and we had the injury watch with Jet Lawrence and how much better could he get. And honestly, it delivered some great racing.
No, it did. And when you look at the 450 class, I mean, I know Jet Lawrence led every lap today, pretty much, and whole shot it. But there was a lot going on. I think Hayden Deegan's got a lot to look forward to. You heard him in that interview after that first moto. That's the 250 Hayden Deegan. Yeah. Hunter Lawrence is going to be fine. I know that. And then Lucas Coonan coming over here and really showing how deep the world is and living a dream come true. So great action. 250 classes. It's crazy. But we'll break it all down in a second.
Yeah, we'll give you some highlights. It's been wild in all the classes so far this year. Give you the highlights. This is Thunder Valley, round 3 of the Pro Motocross Championship and Monster Energy SMX. 6,000 feet of elevation and an absolutely massive crowd on hand. 450 class joined by the 104. That's Lucas Coonan leading the FIM MXGP Championship for 450s. But coming over here, it's a dream to race in America, and he showed the American fans what he can do.
Yeah, he did, and not the best start this first moto. I mean, it was top 10, but when you allow Jet Lawrence and Hunter Lawrence out front, a third place start is bad when you consider that. But they did good, but it was Jet Lawrence, really kind of maybe struggled a little bit during practice, and even this first moto, you had Hayden Deegan, you see Cooper Webb in third place. You're going to watch Hayden Deegan slide up the inside of him, but you had these guys really attacking him right here. Hunter Lawrence was the quicker of the two, actually made a pass, but that didn't even last 100 yards as Jet Lawrence gets back. Hunter tries to stay there, and then Hayden Deegan, as these two were battling, Hayden Deegan was the first one to make another strike, gets up the inside of Hunter Lawrence, and these two would battle. Hayden Deegan kind of found himself this moto. Not only was he made a few mistakes, this was the first one trying to chase Jet Lawrence down, goes off the racetrack, but just wait, he's going to close back up pretty quickly, and then this was the second mistake, gets back up, and then he'll fall again. So that was a tough first moto for him, but showed a lot. The inside right here, where he was making some time up, is going to cost him 7 positions, and This was towards the end of the moto. Hunter Lawrence running solid second, goes down, and allows Hayden Deegan, I believe, Hayden Deegan to get up in that second place, Lucas Coonan get up in that second place.
And look how close he got.
Yeah, we've got to forget about him, but nonetheless, great ride. Another win by Jet Lawrence.
Like you said, he somehow led every lap, but he was getting attacked from all angles. Go to Moto 2, an unbelievable start for Jet Lawrence here. Hunter is on the inside. Better start for Lucas Coonan. He's there with Plessinger. Deegan a little bit further back. Hunter wants to take it to his brother, but it's not going to happen.
Yeah, Hunter's going to try to get up the inside. You can see that bike sliding the whole time. He mentioned afterwards he's trying to fight the, maybe be a little bit more aggressive on that opening lap. The track was just not letting these guys have it, so tough position for him to be in. Then it was Lucas Coonan getting around his temporary teammate, Aaron Plessinger, for second place, and then he went after the alien in Jet Lawrence, his second moto, but that was going to be a challenge. Hayden Deegan, bad start, actually makes his way up as he's getting past Aaron Plessinger for third place. I know it wasn't the best ride, as far as what he did that first moto, but I'm happy to see what Hayden did. Hunter Lawrence is going to do the same thing after AP did a great job at holding these guys on. Probably not racing all year, caught up to him. But another mistake by Hunter Lawrence. It's going to actually, before that, he runs Hayden Deegan down just towards the end. You remember what happened last weekend? Just give him a little bump right there, tries to push him off. Hunter Lawrence is able to get in front of Hayden Deegan, but unfortunately for him, another mistake here as he goes down in the same corner he does on the opening lap, and be costly. Hayden Deegan gives a little roost right there, takes off, and that was kind of the way Hunter Lawrence day went. But nobody was close to this guy right here. Looked better than he did any moto so far this year. He slapped on the #1 plate. See how many fist pumps that is. Aggressive tear off, and it was a whip and a win by Jet Lawrence. 2 in a row, but this one felt different.
And Lucas Coonan will go second in both motos. A lot of respect there between the Belgian and the Australian. And despite some of the crashes, Hunter Lawrence does hang on for third overall. There were a bunch of penalties in the first moto for some course cuts. Deegan the most. He did it the most times as deemed by the AMA, so he ended up credited with an 11th place finish in the first moto. Hunter Lawrence took a 1-position penalty, Jorge Prado a 2-position penalty, and you see how that affects the overall. Shout out to 4th place Garrett Marchbanks, credited with 3rd in Moto 1, 4th overall. Great ride by the Kawasaki man.
Yeah, really happy. I mean, happy for Garrett, happy for the whole Kawasaki team. Tough break with Chase going out, but that was a great ride by Garrett. I expect more of those coming soon.
And now Jet Lawrence takes the point lead away from Hunter. They'd split the wins to start the year in the first 2 rounds, but the crashes for Hunter today. Jet gets away from him and now has the red plate headed to High Point. What foot injury, unbelievable. Now this is interesting. You combine the points from Supercross and Motocross together, and Ken Roxon's going to keep dropping because he's not racing Pro Motocross, at least for now. Hunter Lawrence easily the point leader. Justin Cooper, for the first time ever, missed a Pro Motocross race today after a big crash last week. Sexton didn't race. Tomac's out with injury. But the real interesting thing will be, when will Deegan and Jet Lawrence move into that top 10 as they keep scoring big points every single weekend. That's Thunder Valley in the 450 class. 250 class highlights from Thunder Valley and Monster Energy SMX. Class has been wild all year. At the top, it has been owned by the Monster Energy Pro Circuit Kawasaki team. They've won the first 2 races with Seth Hamaker and Levi Kitchen, but the racing has been very competitive. The starts have been the greatest asset for the 10 of Hamaker, and no different here.
There was no difference. Seth is fast in practice, whole shots this moto, and actually got a pretty good lead, but it was his teammate Levi Kitchen, as you can see him in the back, got a decent start. Sasha Kunin, which we'll talk more about him, goes down the opening lap, had a couple crashes that first moto, and then one of the first ones to make another mistake was Joe Shimoda. Rode great, goes down, he's actually making some passes, and then it was time for the Kitchen to open up. But before that, you can see his teammate Nick Romano, who rode great all day long. Congrats to him on this 3rd place. Sorry to spoil it for you, but it was Levi Kitchen making his way around Julian Vermeer, who had a great day as well, but started kind of moving back. But then it was Levi Kitchen makes a great save, 2 feet off, a little up there, but gets back on the racetrack. And this is when I kind of knew Levi had these guys covered, because it only took him a couple more laps as he's back on his teammate, makes his way up into 2nd place. And if you look right ahead of him, Seth Hamaker was still right in front of him, but Seth did a great job holding on, and we thought maybe it was over, but 2 laps ago, Levi Kitchen makes his way up the inside of Seth and puts a pretty big gap, and then wins again for the first moto here at Thunder Valley. Levi looked good.
Won the overall last time out at Hangtown, looking to do it again, but Kitchen and Hamaker, they're in trouble up to start this time.
Yeah, trouble again, and I wouldn't even say their starts are bad because both of them are up front. Seth was like 2nd or 3rd there, but costly for Seth as he goes down. He has to regroup. But Sasha Kunin, you heard me say earlier, we'll talk about him in a second. Well, I'm going to talk about him because he's going to pull a gap, and then we ain't going to talk about it no more because the guy rides around. Ryder D, looking great, a better start for him. He's going to make his way up on the inside for 2nd place to Nick Romano. Ryder D rode great this next moto. Cole Davies got a terrible start that first moto. Not the greatest start here in the second one, but was looking good. Starts making his way up. This is for Ryder D for 2nd place, goes down, and I'm not sure if that bothered him, but tough end of the moto for Cole. What could have been for him, but it was Wasabi Joe towards the end of the race. Actually this was for the overall to get around Nick Romano. He's gonna get another pass, but Joe Shimoda makes his way up and gets another overall. Levi Kitchen made some great passes, going down in that first corner, making many passes, and what that's gonna do for him, it's gonna tie him with his teammate Seth Hamaker for the points lead. So great ride by Levi, a win, but no one was close to this dude because he was way out front. Sasha Kunin, congrats, welcome to America. But it was Joe Shimoda that gets the overall victory today. Wasabi time.
Didn't win either of the motos, but on another topsy-turvy day for everyone in the 250 class, you didn't need to win a moto to get the overall. And he congratulates the moto winner, Sasha Kunin. But Sasha had 2 crashes at Moto 1, so he was 14th there, so not on the overall podium. Look at the beaming grin of Nick Romano, who is on the podium in Pro Motocross for the first time in his career in 3rd. Kunin ended up 4th overall, DeFrancisco 5th. Hamaker salvages 12th back-to-back weekends with a first turn crash in Moto 2. Loses a few points to his teammate Kitchen. And incredibly, look at this. They are now tied for the point lead. There'll be 2 red plates under that Monster Pro Circuit Kawasaki tent next weekend. Joe's right in it.
Yeah, Joe's in it, and we said on the broadcast that this is probably the closest that he's been to the points lead this early in the season, and we know he only gets better, but you're starting to see those signs from Joe. He looked great today.
Yeah, overcoming the first moto crash to still win the overall. Combine the points together, this will be playoff seeding. It's Cole Davies over Hamaker and Kitchen, but that's going to change wildly, I'm sure, as this summer goes on, just as much as the Pro Motocross standings will. So that's that. Send it down to Jason Thomas.
All right, well, we have the big interview, and also we're here at Thunder Valley. I have 2 men of the moment here, Lucas and Sasha Kunin. I'm going to talk to Lucas first. Lucas, you guys raced first today, and I think a lot of people were wondering how would you stack up against not only the Lawrence brothers, but Hayden Deegan, Jorge Prado, who is in this, has won the championship you're in twice. What was your expectation coming in, and did you personally live up to that today?
I mean, I didn't come in with expectations at all. I just wanted to have fun and live the moment, dream come true. So overall, it was a good weekend. Second in both motos, just rode safe, and I felt good, so it was fun.
So thinking about the track, when I watch MXGP, I get to visit those races sometimes. The tracks look really difficult, really challenging. This one, I felt like was a little bit more groomed, maybe not necessarily like the same way Luca Palmarival would shape up, really ruddy. Is that easier to transition to, or how did you find that just getting up to speed on that type of racetrack?
I feel like on those tracks are quite big, so you kind of could find your flow compared to our tracks. I get amped on quick because it's really tight, So, no, overall, I felt good. I love the track. The crowd was amazing, so no, it was perfect.
Great job. We'll see you at Southwick. Yep. I'm going to switch over to Sasha Kunin, our Moto 2 winner in the 250 class. Now, that first moto didn't go to plan. Didn't get the start you wanted, a couple of tip overs, and I had text people saying, I thought he was going to be at the front. And I'm like, just be patient. So what was your thoughts coming in after Moto 1 and preparing for Moto 2?
Yeah, it was a difficult one, I'd say, but it's like it is. We need to accept it. Didn't have the best start. I was not really ready for it, but it's like it is. We had some good passes. I'd say I came back to 14, was not too bad, and yeah, Zego Moto just made it happen. It was really epic because it was our dream and it came true. So that's really nice, and yeah, really looking forward to end up the season in Europe and come back to do some races here in the US.
So when you're winning that second moto, you're trying to stay focused, trying to think, was there thoughts creeping in about, I can't believe I'm going to win the moto, my first trip over here? Was there any big picture thoughts about that, the journey to get here, or were you able to stay locked into the moment?
No, I think I knew I had the speed, everything. I just didn't know where I would be at, let's say. But yeah, I knew if I took the whole shot, I could make it happen. So I'm really happy and yeah, really looking forward for the future.
Congratulations. Great opening weekend. I think everybody's excited to see these guys return at Southwick in a couple weeks.
Yeah, absolutely, JT, because the fan response was impressive as well. So if you want to watch them the next couple weekends before they're back in Southwick, go to mxgp.com to follow the series or mxgp.tv to subscribe to their package if you want to watch them racing when they're not here. Should be good at Southwick, should be good at Ironman. But that's what impressed me. The fans, I think, from the autograph line to seeing them on track yesterday and today, they really seem to like these guys.
No, I mean, they did. And a shout out to the fans for sticking around all day, supporting all our riders, men and women. It was really cool. Thunder Valley, they always show up. But, yeah, the support for them just shows you how much they do pay attention, and they're relevant even over here. Really cool to kind of see the world coming together. Our fans appreciate it. I'm sure their fans, they probably had a lot of people from Europe tuning in to seeing what they can do. And I'm very impressed by these two boys. Like, they're boys. They're kids.
Yeah.
They're young. I'm impressed, and I love the story, what Will said. It's an honor, but I want to say this. It was great to see these guys come over here and race for the first time in person, and you got a fan in JS here, big fans here right now.
Oh, that's probably better than finishing on the podium here in that. Let's give you the manufacturer's standings here when you combine the best of 450 and 250 finishes of each manufacturer. Honda has a slight lead over Kawasaki, which has really been doing well in that 250 class. Garrett Marchbank's not too shabby in the 450 division. Yamaha, KTM, Husqvarna, that's the top 5. That's manufacturer's points. We're going to talk WMX here. Women's Motocross Championship powered by Synchrony. We give you the highlights of the two motos from Thunder Valley and the Toyota National. First moto on a Friday, it is Taylor McCutcheon out of Australia with the whole shot. Pressure being applied by fellow Australian Charlie Cannon.
Yeah, Charlie was a little bit better start that, well, actually she had pretty good starts, but it was Lachlan who didn't get the best of start, but she's going to creep in here as Charlie makes the pass up in the inside for the lead. But this ain't later on in the race. This is that same lap. Here comes Lachlan turning. Charlie takes a look over. Charlie ends up getting passed by Lachlan here, but she wouldn't give up. Going up the uphill, they were fighting, just hanging off the back. This was very tough on these two TFs, but eventually Lachlan's going to get on the outside, which is going to lead to the inside and make this pass for her and, you know, ride away with this victory on this moto.
Impressive. And then late, Cannon crashes. That allows KK Nielsen to take over second until her bike has issues on the final lap. Tough for one of the title contenders in the series. That'll put Cannon back into second. The only bad news for Turner is her and a couple of riders jumped with the red cross safety lights on. She'll actually take a 10-point penalty in the championship. It does not affect the results of the race. Moto 2, a way better start for Turner this time.
Yeah, that was way, I mean, even she was so surprised. If you heard our interview, a couple girls go down in that first corner. But yeah, Charlie's in second, right there. And, you know, for her, I'm sure she kind of knew, like, how good Lachlan has been in these opening laps. Charlie mentioned that she needs to work on that. But Lachlan has been doing this a lot this year, keeping things close as she goes down the end of the first lap. A little love tap right there. But as quickly as that, same lap, she gets up the inside and actually passes her in the same spot she did in the first moto. But Charlie, just like she did in that first moto, going to hang on. And she did a great job. We thought how quickly Lachlan was able to catch her. She was going to pull away, but Charlie did a great job at keeping her honest. And I know she hasn't been able to win, but these second motors, she's been a lot closer to Lachlan than compared to the first one. So continue to work on that. But then you got Michaela fighting that whole race after a bad start. She mentioned that she went with a tire that was going to work on the racetrack, hit some of these guys out there in the other classes, take it out, and she started running. But no one was close to the champ today. 1-1 again, even without that points. Lachlan wins again.
Yeah, so her points lead not quite as big as it could have been, but she's got a gap on the track that's going to be hard to make up. There's her brother Lux, who races the 250 class and is also dating the rider to finish second, Charlie Cannon. And well done, Taylor McCutcheon on the podium in just her second race in the American WMX Series, powered by Synchrony. Good recovery for Nielsen. Took that 16th in the first moto with a bike problem, but a good charge there for third in the second moto to salvage some points. I'm going to show you how the math works out now. Jarvis and McCutcheon move ahead of Nielsen, third and fourth, and Turner has a 9-point lead over Cannon. WMX will race next weekend at High Point and then take a summer break and be back for 3 more rounds. That's the Parts Unlimited upcoming schedule. Will be that next round at High Point. Race day live will start at 10 a.m. Eastern time. You can watch that coverage on Peacock. Racing will begin at 1 o'clock Eastern. And of course, we'll follow it up with this, which is the SMX Insider Post Race Show, brought to you by Bass Pro Shops. Man, great racing today. They were pushing Jet Lawrence, Hunter Lawrence, Hayden Deegan, Lucas Coonan, Sasha Coonan, a great job in the 250 class, but Jet gets the overall in the 450s. Joe Shimoda perseveres in the 250 class. Lachlan Turner in WMX. Racing keeps getting better each weekend. We'll see you next week at a High Point. Congrats to Jet, Joe, and Lala with the wins in Colorado.